Hard to believe that May is already here and the water's just about warm enough for some serious lake action. So our first stop on Explore Tulsa is a look at some classic watercraft.
Then Tulsa's own world champs.
Followed by the First Lady of Country Fiddle.
Plus the guy calling the shots.
Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. Thanks for once again making Explore Tulsa part of your day.
May is a busy month, Trish. You got the flowers blooming, May Fest, National Nurses Day is just a few days away, and one of us has a birthday coming up pretty soon.
Plus the weather's just right for spending some time out on the lake.
And the best boat to do it in has to be one just like Henry Fonda owned in On Golden Pond, a classic Chris Craft. Try to say that 3 times fast.
Woody Harrelson had one too in the movie Friends with Benefits.
And the guy who brings them all back to life lives in Veneta, Oklahoma.
Brent Howard of Howard Classic Boats.
Well, Dad was in the Navy in World War II, and my grandfather kind of looked after me. So when I was about 6 or 7, he had me out in his workshop. And Granddaddy Adams was a carpenter for the Fishkill Railroad, and he did all the neat interior work on the Pullman cars, all the inlays and everything. So I really had a good teacher. So as I grew up, well, I got in Boy Scouts and we did woodwork, and so it's just kind of been a hobby of mine for ever since. I got interested in wood boats, and so I bought a shop in Langley and started working on just my stuff. And then people came by and said, well, hey, would you do something for me? And carpenters came by and said, well, I'm tired of building boxes. I'd like to work on boats. And so from about 99 on, it just evolved. There's a lot of nostalgia, a lot of history involved. Besides being able to do something with my hands, every boat is totally different. You'll have some different parts need to be fixed, or they need a total refinish, or they need engines. I like the fact that there's all these pieces that you get to work on, and occasionally you get to do a boat where you do everything. And then that, of course, is really fun. We have a couple of younger people that I'm teaching them so that there'll be people that can do this in the future. Back in the day, like in the late 20s and 30s when the wood boats came on the scene, that was the only boats there were. So that began an evolution, and the factories built the boats to last about 12 to 15 years. That was the early planned obsolescence, because they thought, that'll wear out and they'll come back and buy another one. Well, I've got a 1931 Elko that's still in good shape, so they misgauged that. It's kind of bringing history back. It's like, restoring an antique or a classic car, same thing with an airplane. It's just something that you get a love for and you like to do it, and there are a lot of people that enjoy them. Well, Namath C5 is Iceman backwards, that's the name of the boat. The owner of this boat's father had 2 or 3 boats, and it was Namath C1, 2, 3, so he continued the tradition. And it's a 1950 22-foot Chris Craft custom sedan, which is pretty rare. It's like a runabout, but it's got a hard top cover. And he brought it to us and wanted us to restore it back to its original glory. So we replaced wood and refinished it and rebuilt the engine. We just now, last week, replaced in the boat. New custom interior, new hardtop vinyl. So we've done about everything you can. Well, the boat behind me is a 1947. It's a 36-foot Chris Craft double stateroom. I bought it several years ago, and it was in pretty good condition, and so I got about 20 boats. Well, I said I could buy one more if I'd sell 3 first. But my wife particularly likes this boat, so we're going totally through it. We started out, we put a total new bottom on it, and now we're working on the whole sides. We'll update the engines, upholstery. We'll take the original gauge and restore them, but we'll hook them up to modern electronics. So we're installing 2 air conditioners for my wife's comfort, of course. It'll be plush, almost like a new boat. It'll be a 1947. I do it because I love it. it's not a money-making business. That's a good feeling. I don't know how to describe it, but you just feel really good when you look around.
Mr. Howard has quite a story, and you may not know it to see him now, but he is quite the savvy business investor, giving up his three-piece suit and executive lifestyle to bring his boats back to life.
To learn more about Mr. Howard, visit howardclassicboats.com.
Or look for him on Living Ground on Grand Lake, which airs Thursday nights at 7 p.m. on RSU TV.
Did you hear that, Stevie?
Hear what?
Sounds like thunder.
I'm afraid of storms, Trish.
Not that kind of thunder, silly. It's the Oklahoma Thunder football. They're next when we come back with more Explore Tulsa.
I'm scared of those guys, too.
Hi, I'm Rob Lowe, and I have DirecTV.
And I'm super creepy Rob Lowe, and I have cable.
With DirecTV, you get 99% signal reliability. Now that's reliable.
My cable's out, so I'm down at the rec center watching folks swim.
I love that I can watch my shows and be worry-free.
And I love the smell of other people's hair.
Don't be like this me.
Get your DirecTV upgrade and custom installation today from Video Revolution, your official Tulsa area DirecTV connection.
Stevie from Explore Tulsa with my friend and optometrist for many years, Dr. Robert Zellner. Tell everybody why it's so good to come in to see you.
Well, that's a great question. Let's see, we've got two great locations. We try to stay cutting edge at every point along the way because let's face it, everybody wants to come in and get taken care of in a timely fashion and get the latest, greatest stuff and save some money and get on with their life. And see clearly.
And if you don't believe it, look on the website.
Absolutely, drzellner.com. You can find that we have our two locations at 69th and Memorial and 3030 South Harvard, or you can give us a call at 749-2020 or 461-2020.
And I got 4 kids, and I got to tell you, as a big family like that, it's affordable too.
Oh yes, and of course, the number one reason, you save some money. I mean, with our 2-pair specials, with our different unique packages that we put together, I mean, you can come in here and your money can go a lot farther than anywhere else.
And that's why with Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates, seeing is believing.
Oh, I like that, Stevie. Well done.
Hello, we're always happy you choose to stay with us for more Explore Tulsa.
Especially when we're talking pro sports in T-Town.
That's right, Stevie. One of the hottest games in town kicks off May 16th at Spartan Stadium in Bixby.
Many of the guys on the team are D1 college standouts, as well as previous NFL players.
Ooh, sounds like the makings for some great football.
Man, you're missing a lot of excitement. I call it the best show on turf.
Just the competition level, you know, coming out here, you know, you got guys that, like you said, NFL experience or NFL potential, you know, you come here, you know, if you mess around and not do what you're supposed to do, the next guy behind you will take your spot. So you always have to be on your game to make sure you're going to be starting when it's game time.
I mean, it's fast. And like compared to arena, you know, it's more field, more open. You got to think, you know, so I like it.
Off of a 60, 70-man roster, I know I have about 5 or 6 that can go play at the next level. And the reason that they haven't is because they're 5'5", 5'7", 5'8". But, you know, you'll see, you know, 4.240s, 4.340s, 4.440s. You'll see verticals that are, you know, 40 inches and above. You'll see great plays, you'll see a lot of excitement, you know, and you'll see a lot of passion for the game. So, you know, people who just love football, sports junkies like myself, this is perfect for them.
The passion is, I mean, obviously, you know, these guys are, you know, just grew up in football. And the thing is, like, we have created, as being the ownership group and coaches and all the supporting staff, we have created an environment where we want to make it look like a family, feel like a family, so we're easily accessible to, you know, the players, coaches, and so we all created that culture of, hey, wanting to play for each other. So that's where the passion and playing for each other comes in, and that shows on the field.
This will be my 5th season playing for the Thunder. My father, he taught me football. Played high school football at Pawnee High School. And then went to Northwestern Oklahoma State. I was a 4-year starter, 3-time All-American, and moved around for a little bit. And I came back to Oklahoma and heard about the Oklahoma Thunder, and asked one of the coaches if I can have a tryout, and came out here, and the rest is history.
My cousin, Chris Harris, he kind of inspired me and pushed me to play. And I didn't play until my senior year. I was always a basketball player. And then I got a D1 offer, and I was like, okay, this can be good, easy. And went to the Air Force Academy for a couple years. Dealing with military and football at the same time was kind of hard. And then after that, played arena, then came out here for the Thunder a couple years ago.
We've had success for the past 8 years. We get the best of the best at, at the minor league level. And, we're currently probably ranked number 3, but we're usually ranked number 1 going into the nation, every year, number 1 in the nation in minor league football. So we've had a lot of success with it, So, well, it was 2013 was the championship run. We got put out in the second round or third round of playoffs, 2012. And, that was, it made us hungry. 2013, I think our focus was different. I know mine was. I lost my dad in 2013, so I came into the season with a whole lot of focus. The players were all behind me. They dedicated the season to them. And when you have something to play for, I think it makes the team very, very dangerous.
The most gratifying thing that ever I could ask for. Because as you know, like all these guys are, either, college standouts or, some of them played in NFL. Some of them are trying to get there, so they've already proven stars, during their high school, college days. So seeing these guys, and most of them are local athletes. I mean, seeing these guys, giving a platform for them to, display their skills, playing in their own hometown, and it's a great feeling. I feel like we're giving opportunities for them to, show their skills, and making it easy for them to go to the next level.
The greatest show on turf, man. We had a lot of excitement. I mean, we got a lot of good players that people wouldn't think that, this team or Tulsa would have.
These guys, when they get, when they're passionate, and I don't think anybody can stop them. I mean, that's just me being a coach, and all that, especially for this team. I'm lucky, I'm lucky.
We the best around, man. I mean, plain and simple.
And it's gonna be hard to run on us. That's one thing I'm gonna be able to say. It's gonna be tough.
It was so cool to be on the field with the Thunder, getting my game face on.
Okay, yeah. For team info and game schedule, visit oklahomathunder.net.
Oh, and on May 16th, bring an unperishable item to the game for their canned food drive, and you get in free.
Oh, hey, you know what the Thunder need? A halftime fiddle show with Jana Jae.
That's a great idea, but she gets pretty busy this time of year with all of her festivals and camps.
Well, let's check in with Janet next when Explore Tulsa continues.
Hello, I'm John Erling with Voices of Oklahoma. Our great state has been home to countless individuals whose place in history has been earned through each of their many accomplishments. Voices of Oklahoma's mission is to preserve their story in an oral history presentation like none other. Accounts direct from famous Oklahomans, political figures, and many others who have left their indelible mark on the development, history, and future of Oklahoma. So please, treat yourself by listening to those who are the voices of Oklahoma.
My name is Don Hendricks, the owner and operator of Sarah's Dynasty here at the golf course at Sand Springs, Canyon at Blackjack Ridge, and you are watching Explore Tulsa.
I tell you what, if you enjoy cutting loose with a little fiddle playing, you'll be so glad you stuck around for more Explore Tulsa.
You don't have to play the fiddle to enjoy the music. And each year, Tulsa's Jana Jae brings her love for fiddling to great events all summer long.
It's something that I want to do, and when I see people connect with music, it's a gift of a lifetime. I got very involved with the community, and they needed a fiddle contest done. So we did that first and did a Cajun festival because I love the Cajun music. I wanted to share that. Then they want to learn, so I did the fiddle camp. So we do those 3 festivals.
I've been with her for 21 years, and I work in her office and help with the festivals. Well, we have 3 festivals every year, beginning in June. This year it'll be June 11th, 12th, and 13th. And that is the American Heritage Music Festival, which is a national fiddle contest. We have lots of things planned for this year, which will be a wonderful festival year. We bring in one of the best Cajun bands from Louisiana, Chris Miller and the Bayou Roots. They have been coming for several years, and people love to listen to their music.
And we've been doing those for quite a few years, and it is a wonderful community. We were traveling in Ruidoso, New Mexico, and all over New Mexico, and I was captivated by all the art in Taos and Santa Fe, and I thought, you know, that was another sharing. I love art, and when I was in Vienna studying music, we went to all the museums and studied actually at the Kunsthistorisches Museum in Vienna. I just, again, wanted to share it, and I started buying things for the house as we traveled. And was in New Mexico. I came across this fellow who had a wonderful mix of art. I said, you know, I'd love to get some of this into Oklahoma. He said, I'll bring a truckload up. And that's what started. These are Navajo rugs, the natural dye, and very, very tight weave. And that's what makes them expensive, is the tight weave and the fact that they're natural dye. And they're really, this one in particular, I got these on a Navajo reservation. They were gifts. I just treasure these, and we have some at the gallery too. This is a rock done by Pat Music, who is the wife of an astronaut, and they're really into materials and natural rocks and so forth. This rock is all polished. It's very heavy. This is the Quapaw by Charles Banks Wilson, and it's not an original, but it does have some of his original brush strokes on it. The ladies would check their petticoats in this mirror, and I found it in just a second-hand shop, antique shop. It was dust covered and dishes covering this beautiful wood and the marble, and I started poking around. I saw a little bit of wood here. Anyway, we brought this home.
We have many different things. We've got beautiful art, original and prints. We have wonderful gift items, jewelry. We have Native American gift items. We even carry clothing. You'll have something to take home to your wife, because we have some beautiful things in the gallery in the way of clothing. We have rugs, furniture, just about anything that you'd want in the Southwest line.
We have music lessons in there. One of the gals comes in and teaches on Tuesday. So it's a big composite of wonderful things that I love.
Jana is so talented, and she brings so much life to her music. I can't wait for her American Heritage Music Festival.
That event is coming up June 5th through the 7th, as well as the Cajun Fest on the 4th of July.
And don't forget her fiddle camp in August.
Visit JanaJae.com to learn more about all of these events and Jana too.
With all these summer activities, we should probably include some baseball talk.
For Major League Ball in Tulsa, there's only one guy to go to.
The play caller himself, Bob Carpenter. He's our next guest when we take the field with more Explore Tulsa.
Introducing the DVR Plus from Channel Master, a truly unique HD DVR that delivers everything you want from subscription-free TV. With dual HD tuner technology and virtually unlimited storage capacity, the DVR Plus lets you enjoy the big game while recording your favorite broadcast show. And the DVR Plus lets you watch the most popular TV networks with the highest quality, crystal clear HD picture for free. Just connect an HD antenna and you're ready to go. Connect the DVR Plus to high-speed internet and get even more. Enjoy instant access to shows and movies not available on broadcast television. With the DVR Plus, watching subscription-free TV is easy. You can access your video-on-demand favorites and all your local broadcast channels in one intuitive guide. That's an industry first. Slim and stylish, the DVR Plus delivers everything you love about TV without the subscription.
Find your Channel Master today at Video Revolution. Ever since the first movie theaters opened in the early 1900s, man has been trying everything to bring that same experience home to enjoy with their families. And for more than 30 years, Video Revolution and their home entertainment experts have been making those dreams come true by designing custom home theater solutions for both in and outdoor use. From 1080p LEDs to the brand new Sony 4K flat panel TVs, or come in to see the latest in sound bars and surround sound setups. Always the top name brands are found at Video Revolution. That same electronic expertise we also apply to your business communications network, from boardroom automation to video wall presentations. No matter what technology the future holds, you can count on Video Revolution to be leading the way. Tulsa's headquarters for the best selection and installation of cutting-edge electronics. Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
May's like Christmas to me. People are out running, biking, and playing baseball.
And there's lots of new excitement out at One Oak, as the Drillers are now part of the Dodger organization.
That's right, Trish. You sure know a lot about baseball. Do you know why they kicked Cinderella off of the baseball team?
No, why, Stevie?
Because she kept running from the ball. Get it? Running from the ball?
Yeah, we all got it. But for some real baseball stories, why don't we just let former Driller announcer, now Washington Nationals play-by-play announcer, Bob Carpenter, tell us a few of his.
Well, when I was a kid, obviously the Cardinals were number one. I mean, if you grew up in St. Louis, baseball has to be in your blood. I was 10 years old when Stan Musial retired, so I got to see him play in person. The greatest baseball treat I can think of to be able to see Stan the Man play. We had the Blues, they're still there, but the Blues didn't come till I was about 14 years old as an expansion franchise. So it was kind of funny because we were all so crazy about baseball. We played ball morning, noon, and night when the weather permitted, and all of a sudden everybody wanted to put on skates and become a hockey player. So, I guess growing up, my two favorite teams were the Cardinals number one and the Blues number two. Well, my sisters and my friends tell me that I was a motor mouth, calling play-by-play when we were playing board games inside, or we had this old hockey and baseball and football board games we would play. And I guess for some reason I had to shout out what was going on. So it must have been in my makeup early to do that. But I really wanted to be a sports writer. And then when I got to be a little older and really started kind of noticing Jack Buck and Harry Carey on the radio, those were the two guys who were the primary voices of the Cardinals when I was growing up. I really started to get interested in broadcasting, majored in that in college, and feel very fortunate for the last 39 years or so since I've been out of school to be able to really do what I love. There was a guy here in Tulsa, two guys actually, who I credit with making me into a TV guy. I had taken a job at Channel 8 after my days with the Roughnecks, but then in 1982, Tulsa Cable, now Cox Cable, was carrying a lot of local events. Mark Savage was running the show over there. George Stewart, who had been my news director at Channel 8, he was the right-hand guy over there to Mark Savage, and they just told me, we want you to come over here, we're gonna do basketball, we're gonna do football, we're gonna do soccer games, we'll do some college baseball games in the spring. Those guys really turned me into a TV guy. I found the transition from radio to TV very pleasurable and not as scary or as intimidating as I thought it would be.
I think I read about half of a Clancy novel, and there must have been about 50 games of ping pong in the clubhouse before we got out of here that night.
Well, it happened in 1985, and this guy I will never forget in my career, because I don't know how he found me, I don't know what he saw in me, because I thought I was still pretty raw at that time. But a gentleman by the name of Jim Zrake was the executive producer at USA Network in New York. Jim Zrake calls me out of nowhere and says, I want you to fly to New York, I have some people I want you to meet. And to make a long story short, a week later, I get hired by USA Network to do PGA golf, professional tennis, including the US Open. I did 3 Masters for them. They had some college football and some college basketball at that time. So I was kind of like their utility guy. And the fact that I had done all these different sports for, thank God, Tulsa Cable, George Stewart and Mark Savage, they trained me really well. I was ready for that opportunity. And Jim Zrake is really the guy, as you say, that kind of called me up from regional television, mostly local stuff, to a national stage. And then I kind of went to ESPN about 4 or 5 years after that, because USA was getting out of sports at that time, late 80s, and ESPN was taking over everything. But I will never forget getting in that cab in New York City after my meeting with those guys, thinking to myself, I'm flying home to Tulsa, but I'm now a national sportscaster. Please, God, don't let me screw this up.
Bob is an amazing talent, and so far the Nationals this year off to a slow start. But the good news when it comes to baseball is they've got about 140 games left to make a big comeback.
So there's still time. And the Nationals have the Blue Jays and the Cubs this week.
While the Drillers play host to Arkansas and my favorite ballpark, Dogs.
Stick around, there's more Explore Tulsa just ahead.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zellner here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get 1 pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99, or my 2-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
At Video Revolution, we've got
today's 3D technology.
smart TVs, and I can help you pick the one that's a larger size TV.
We handle it all here at Video Revolution.
Now people can get
A 90-inch TV.
locally owned and operated.
Now coming up on a 30-year anniversary.
Customer service is our priority. We have our own service center.
It just brings back enjoyment to watching TV.
And now it's affordable for everybody. And we sell fun stuff. It's like toys for big kids. Customers that come into Video Revolution are blown away.
Be sure and join us next week when we meet the Barbecue Boys out at Bixby's 14th Annual Barbecue and Blues Festival.
Special thanks to Brent Howard for telling us the story and showing us the vintage boats at Howard Classic Boats.
Well, thanks too to the entire team and staff of the Oklahoma Thunder football team. Bring us home another national title. And thanks to Jana Jae for all the great fiddling and her festival.
And to Bob Carpenter for all the years of amazing sports coverage.
Remember, if you miss any of the show, you can always catch us at exploretulsa.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook. Share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about.
Plus remember, Explore Tulsa is brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Stop by, say hello to Ron and all the guys for all your home entertainment needs.
And Explore Tulsa is also proudly brought to you by Dr. Robert Zollner and Associates.
Home of the 2-pair for $129 deal with 2 locations, 3030 South Harvard and 69th and Memorial.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show, but we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.